Well, it's a very special episode this week because literally every one of the main cast decided to be busy or occupied or just not show up this week. So it's a Discord Castranger special! I'm not bitter, shut up!
I was just going to start singing all by myself.
How? Get out of my brain! I was thinking that, but I decided not to.
Don't blame them, blame Freddy.
But yeah, like, okay, it's Emily's birthday today, the day we're recording this, and I think she's in Disneyland. Lane's voice gave out because we partied so hard when he and Gar were over last weekend that he lost his voice, which is a real fucking shame considering what happens in this week's Kingohger. Gar was supposed to be on, and then something personal came up at the last second, and Sal and Paul just didn't come by.
So you're stuck with us.
Yeah, joining me today are some of our members of the Discord community. We have Vegas, Jerry, and I believe for the first time, Kaguya.
Hello, this is a takeover by Ultra Galaxy Chat.
Ah, fuck. I'm being taken over by the Ultras, or as we've established in our pre-episode chat, the sparkling gay. What was it? Was it shimmering?
Cue the
It
roll
was
call?
shimmering. The shimmering gay. Cue the roll call.
Connect loading.
Broadcast.
Perfect.
Show running super savant.
Level up.
Bluecaster super Ichi.
Armed with bad puns and positive reinforcement. Nightcaster for Gary the Lost.
Casting, criticism, comedy, chaos.
Radio Sentai Castranger.
Welcome to Radio Sentai Castranger episode 459.
Snover!
This episode is already Snover.
Alright,
I love
thank you,
Snow.
bye.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you happen to be listening for the first time, thank you for checking us out. You picked a very odd episode to tune into. But normally, we're a gaggle of at least people in the same country who get together to talk about Kamen Rider, Super Sentai, and a third thing.
I know at least two people in here right now are on the same continent.
All right, we just have to triangulate everyone else. All right, so our topics for this week.
Person may or not be me.
All right. Our topics for this week are Kamen Rider Gotchard, Episode 8, Episode 34 of Kingohger, and finally wrapping up Borgtober 3, a month that Gar has subjected us to, Juukou B-Fighter, Episodes 22 and 24.
AKA the episodes I have not watched.
You're not
Some only because. Oh,
you're not missing a lot.
I mean, you are missing one thing, and that's Gigantus.
Gargantus.
I've been saying it wrong this entire time.
Yes.
I've been guilty of that too.
Yeah.
My life is a lie.
That's what we do here on Castranger. We illuminate childhood errors. All right. Well, before we get in... Sorry, go ahead.
As you do.
As we do. All right. So before we get into episode discussion, we have some news to talk about.
News mode.
Yay.
So I swear to God, when I first saw these, I thought these were fan-made. I did not know these were real. And that's why I wanted to highlight these. This is the Gotchard Geats Winter Movie Ride Chemi card set featuring the unhenshined forms of Ukyo Ace and Ichinose Hotaro, along with their partner Chemi, I guess.
And you can tell the difference in like the acting ability. I'm so sorry, but Hotaro's actor is incapable of emoting with his eyes, and it bothers me so much.
Are we still on this?
Interesting thought.
Yes, we are.
I will say the
I highlighted my issue with him, so we'll get to that.
I will say there was a thing with Hotaro's eyes in this week's episode that I will talk about.
Yes.
You probably know exactly what I'm. Yeah, you probably know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so
looking at these cards, I love how it's like, oh, Hotard Hopper 1 and Ace and himself.
The Geats Kemi, I guess. Also, it's interesting to see that that's Gotchard's emblem. You know what I mean?
I think they revealed it before.
I don't think I've ever seen it. I could be wrong.
I can't remember where it's from, but we've definitely seen this before. But yeah,
it might be on one of the other Gotchard cards.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think it was from that promo card that they were putting at train stations for just anyone to take. Oh,
okay. So they're just giving it out on the street.
Oh yeah, they just literally had it on the wall of like a train station. It'd be like, take as many as you fucking want.
Take them. We want them to be gone.
We need them gone.
We need them in circulation. But yeah, so it looks like there's a 2-card set to promote the winter movie. $79 US, I guess, for 2 cards and a little book that they come in. That's kind of a lot.
I love how you look over at Gotchard and he's like, yeah, happy, adventure, youth. And then you look over to Geats and it's like, I died.
I've seen some shit.
Times. Like, I have died at least 3 times.
I have seen all of the shit. I have lived several. To quote Emmett Silk from F14, I've lived 1,000 of your lives.
To be fair,
live for 2,000 years.
One thing over Ace. One thing Hotaru has over Ace is that Hotaru has a mom.
Ow! But neither of them have dads.
In Hotaro's case, we haven't seen him yet.
In Geats' case, his dad died. His dad's been dead for 2,000 freaking years.
I'm sorry. Kaguya went straight from the jugular.
Jesus Christ, what a way to debut your tenure on Castranger.
Hell yeah.
Ace died for all the sins.
Wow. All right, moving on. We have another batch of Kingohger plushies, including our main cast time skip versions, as well as some of the retainers.
Aww.
Okay, I need a picture comparison of the original plushies and the time skip version side by side because I can't quite tell. I can't tell if like the clothes have much difference. I know for Gira they have a huge difference. I'm not sure about the others.
Well, I think Kaguragi is wearing the exact same robe. I think Yanma has a slightly different jacket. Rita's hair is different, I know. I don't know about the outfit. And Himeno's
jacket is shorter.
And Himeno has so many fucking different dresses that it's impossible to tell.
Also, why is Kaguragi orange?
Because too much sun.
He's tan.
They try to make him tan, but they also don't want to make him like they don't want to give him blackface because like that's definitely getting problematic.
Yeah, considering he's from the agriculture country.
Look at him compared to the other 5, and he like.
Oh yeah, no. Even in show, he's like noticeably more tan than the rest of them, and that's clearly by design.
You have this 5 pale ass bug rangers, and then you have this orange wearing a wig.
I just love that Jeremy's primary difference between pre and post time skip is combed my hair to the other side.
Like, I can look at this Kaguragi plushie and I'm like, you are borderline Oompa Loompaing right now.
Kaguragi Deboski. That's all I'll do.
Pre and post time skip is her hair got messier. Their hair got messier, sorry.
And I still don't know why Yanma is blonde. and I still hate it.
Apparently, the
We
actor
know.
was the one who had the idea. Like, the post time skip looks, every single one was done with inputs from the actors. So for all we know,
Well, that's good.
Yamazaki will be like, I want to be blonde.
I think what it is because like in Japan, like
Bleach Ichigo, Street Punks, bleach their hair.
yes,
That's exactly what I was thinking. And I understand, but I still don't like it. At least in this coming episode that airs this weekend, we get flashbacks of Yanma with his pre-time skip hair.
Oh yeah, pre-time. Oh, honestly, I like pre-time skip Yama's hair, but I do understand why they didn't want to go with that because like the blue really did kind of blend in with the black, and it's not super obvious.
But I love that. It's the exact same hair aesthetic that my FF14 character has. Black with subtle blue highlights.
So you just like it because it's your FF14 OC of the life.
Yes.
Yes!
You're projecting, EG.
Yes, and
Yes!
this I'm not denying it at all.
This is fact, not opinion.
no, it's not Sir Knight Alexander Ichi.
But he's my Sentai OC.
You do not see you.
So yes, it looks like the 6 Kingohgers post time skip are 1 6-pack, and then there's a 4-pack of Shiokara, Sebastian, Morphonia, and Kuroda, I think his name is. I forget. It's been so long since he's been on. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Each of the plushies are 150 millimeters tall. Premium Bandai web exclusive, 13,200 yen, releasing in March. And then the AIDS set. Wow, that sounds terrible out loud. I gave them all AIDS. Cut to the South Park episode.
Hey, Ager.
Oh, AIDS Oger. The AIDS set is Premium Bandai web exclusive, 8,800 yen, releasing in March. Guys, no, it's okay. We're talking. No, I don't know why I was about to say we're talking about AIDS from 01, but no, that's Ames.
I'm surprised we didn't do
My fucking brain sometimes.
I'm surprised we didn't get the retainers when they did the first batch of plushies.
Yeah, and also, if we're doing a retainer set, where the fuck is Duga and Gerojimu?
Did they make a Gerojimu plushie? I swear they made a Gerojimu plushie.
Did they?
I was like checking.
But my point stands about Duga. He should be in this set.
Wait, did I Mandela effect myself? I swear we saw a Gerojimu plushie at some point.
Someone look it up.
I think you're Mandela-ing right now.
Nice.
Shit.
It's the second time this week that
Pull the Berenstain Bears on you.
It's the second time this week someone I know has had a Mandela effect
Oh yeah?
happen to them. Yeah, a couple days back, a friend of mine, I told him about Legends of the Hidden Temple, and he swears up and down that show had an orangutan that would harass the contestants.
Oh, okay.
And there's no orangutan. I watched Legends of the Hidden Temple recently.
Did anyone ever figure out what he was thinking of?
Possibly the Shrine of the Silver Monkey?
All right. Moving on. So this seems thematically appropriate. Kyoryuger is getting a musical. Except it's in South Korea.
Oh.
You had me, then you lost me.
Thing is, though, South Korean musicals, it's not terrible quality. It's actually
it's interesting that this is normal Kyoryuger and not with Kyoryuger Brave.
Let's be honest, everyone's already forgotten about Kyoryuger Brave.
You're right. You're right, though.
Kyoryuger Brave was just a rehash, so I get to why they're going for classic.
I think the actors have forgotten about Kyoryuger Brave at this point.
So Bandai Namco Korea announced that Kyoryuger will get a musical in South Korea later this year, also known as Power Rangers Dino Force in Korea, apparently. The core 6 Kyoryugers will appear, which means fuck cyan, gray, violet, and silver, I guess.
To be fair,
The
Who
debauch.
cares about the 4 best Rangers?
I care.
I do too.
Yeah. And the Debath army members we will see are, of course, Aigeron, Dagold, Lucky Hero, and Candelira. There are also 2 unknown characters teased as well.
No chaos?
So wait, are Lucky Hero and Candelira villains again in this musical? Maybe this is like a retelling of the original show.
it could be.
Okay, so
I'm
where-
guessing maybe like the first part of the show, maybe.
I don't know.
No, the core 6.
The core 6.
Saving Chaos as a surprise.
Why would chaos be a surprise?
That's true. If this was a retelling of Kyoryuger, Chaos would be here. So I have no idea who to speculate on the 2 unknown characters being.
Why
I
did
just
they
rea-
bring back the villain from the Kingohger crossover?
I just realized how quotable what I was about to say was.
What? Now you gotta say it.
Chaos isn't a surprise.
All right. So it sounds like the event will be ready.
Of course it's a fucking surprise. It's freaking chaos.
Chaos. So it sounds like this musical will be running from December 23rd to March 3rd. I kind of hope someone uploads some footage of it. I'd be really curious to see this.
Watch,
But
we
you
get
want
like
like bandit.
we're gonna get like an original Ranger,
Maybe.
and we'll never be able to see it because no one bothered to watch it.
I don't know. We'll see. Next, speaking of Kyoryuger, this was the far more important news, but they announced on Premium Bandai a DX Kyoryujin Dark Full Action version, aka Black Gabutira. And the most important thing is that, as per the image posted in our chat, it is in fact compatible with the Shoe Gods. Which means we can make King Kyoryujin 0, I guess?
Hey,
Correct me if I'm wrong, but did they have an official like Black Kyoryujin when Kyoryuger was first airing? Or am I remembering Dining Charge?
Sorry?
I believe they
Like-
did have an official Black Kyoryuger.
Oh, I don't know.
They had Black Kyoryujin. I think I can't remember if it's whether it's like Kyoryujin or like just a Black Dino Charge Megazord. Like
Decker's saying they just released a T-Rex.
I could be remembering the wrong season, but wasn't there like an evil version of Kyoryujin that had a cape? Or am I thinking of a different season?
That was when Pteridino was under Dogold.
No, I remember that too, but I remember there was one Sentai season where there was a fake evil version of the main Megazord, but the only difference is it had a cape. And I can't remember if that was Kyoryujin or something else. Black Kyoryujin was a full mech in the movie. Was it Gokaiger? Is that the one I was thinking of? There was a fake Gokaio. I think you're right. Was it that far back? Jesus.
Oh God! That unlocked neuron activation. I forgot there was.
Brain blast!
I forgot there was a fake goat. Like,
Fake Gokaio, I remember.
yeah. Oh my God!
It did. It has an eye patch and a
Oh my-
hand.
Oh my god.
Because
How
it was
do
a
you not remember
pirate.
this?
Oh, we've done it.
I don't remember this more. Holy shit!
All right. Anyways, back on topic. So yeah, we have a Black Gabutira coming out, and you can make this Black Kyoryujin, and you can combine it with the Shoe Gods to make King Kyoryujin 0, I guess you'd call it.
Okay, I know you're listening. You gave us Kyoryujin. You gave us the repaint. Give me Spino Dio.
Give us the rest of the Kyoryu robots.
Oh, it looks like this actually does come with the dark Dorikera and dark Stegochi, so you can make it does by itself make dark or black Kyoryujin, I guess.
Yes, it does. I believe so.
That's cool. Let's see. Dark repaint of previously released DX Kyoryujin full action version. The original Kyoryujin Dark version was originally sold via lottery sale years ago. Features
lucky draw?
I think it was like one of those like campaign items.
Oh, okay.
Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
it's probably like you buy a certain amount and then you get the entry into the lottery, and then whoever wins the lottery gets it.
Yep. Or at least gets to buy it. You have to gotcha the ability to buy it.
Yeah, that sounds really Japan.
7, I honestly don't know. I don't think you can.
Well, it wouldn't be King Kyoryujin, but you probably could put the Hachi and Kamakiri legs on it, but then use the Stegochi and Drikera arms.
Yes, you're just left with like the legs of.
Yeah, you just keep the feet like set aside, because like the Gabutira feet become the hands on King Kyoryujin.
I still think that's stupid.
It is. It's absolutely stupid, but they got to do what they got to do. They got to make use of all the It's you got to make use of every piece of the animal.
I hate that.
Yep.
You literally just got Tombo and got Papillon chewed back.
Yeah.
My two favorite
we'll get into that.
Stopped into the back. I hate it.
So yes, this features 15 points of articulation. We talked about Kingohger Zero. Premium Bandai web exclusive, 13,200 yen, releasing in March next year. So $140-ish. All right, moving on. In SH Figure Arts news, we got the announcement of Shinkocho Seiho Kamen Rider Saga from Kiva.
It is
So pretty.
I fucking love this suit so much.
It's a stained glass piece of art. I actually do want to get it. Thing is, I'm going to be out of a job soon, so.
Oof.
My one problem with Saga is his belt and weapon are so fucking stupid. I love everything else about the suit.
Oh, just wait till they announce the CSM cigar.
Oh god.
The weapon is fine. The belt was so much wasted potential because it's like an alien snake thing.
Yeah, it's like an alien UFO, and you stick a recorder into it, which then becomes a lightsaber and also a whip that you hang people with.
It's basically the Revolve Cane from Black RX, except it also has a Belmont mode.
Yeah.
Chief, have you seen his?
Which is he's killing vampires with it.
Oh my god!
So cool.
Kamen Rider Saga is a Belmont.
Vegas, you broke my brain.
You're welcome.
All right.
Here, break.
Inoue does not explain a single thing about him, and I fucking hate it. Why does he even exist as a rider? Not explained.
Anyway, the figure's 145 millimeters tall, comes with a Gotchard, Gotchard rod, Gotchard butte, wake-up vessel, interchangeable hands, and Tamashii stage joint parts. The Gotchard butte whip does use a wire, allowing you to replicate some moves in the show. I did see that one image that like the whip actually is like a wire. It's actually pretty cool.
Kaguya, did you just ask why Saga exists?
He's king of the Fangire.
No, but
he exists because Wataru has Kiva.
No, Dark Kiva exists.
Anyway.
Yeah, and
Dark Kiva exists. He could easily have Dark Kiva, but no, you're gonna have a.
Saga was the stand-in for him not having Dark Kiva, and then I'm not gonna get into specifics, but you saw what he did at the end of the show.
No, Kaguya's not onto something. Where was Dark Kiva?
Yeah, he just showed up all of a sudden and be like, oh, hey, you want to transform? Cool. They don't even explain like he died in the past and then.
We're not here to talk about Kiva's plot holes. That can be another time. Anyway, this Premium Bandai web exclusive.
One.
Premium Bandai web exclusive, 11,000 yen. That's a lot. Well, for the shit it comes with, that's not absolutely terrible. And it releases in June.
$5.
Yeah, but like with the custom wire thing, it's got, it's kind of neat.
Yeah, I know. I want it, but I'm poor.
I want it, but I don't $125 want it. I'd put it on my wish list. All right, next.
I definitely want it.
Next, we have the announcement of the Kamen Rider O's CSM Core Metal UVA set. The fact that they've done this and also the Ankh set makes me wonder if they're now going to just go and do all of the Greed as individual sets.
My God.
Okay, I have one question.
Uh-huh.
Why?
Why not?
O's.
It's so you can count the medals 1, 2, and 3, and then a fourth one.
Because isn't there already a CSM collection that has like all of the at least one set of all the medals?
The idea with this is it's supposed to be paired up with the purchase of the CSMO's driver complete set version 10th or the CSMO's driver version 10th, because if you buy this and that, you now have all 10 of UVA's core medals.
So it makes sense that probably given maybe the next couple of months we'll get like a Kazari set, a Mazul set, and then
that's exactly what I said earlier.
I'm still I know the whole point is to get the 10 medals, but
yeah,
really?
Yes. O's is about greed. It's about greed and desire and coins.
I mean, fair enough, you've got me there, but I'm not going to spend a crap ton of money.
You won't.
10 coins.
You won't, but a bunch of Japanese people will.
Oh, and boy, howdy will they.
And their lives will not be fulfilled.
Not until they get all of them. Yeah, these work in the previously released CSMO's driver. They work with the CSM Tijanity spinner. Premium Bandai web exclusive, 2750 yen, March 2024 release. For 4 metal, again, like we said with the Ankh set, 2750 yen for 4 core medals, not terrible.
But consider the fact that you have to have the CSM driver.
Yeah, it's about what you'd pay for any like rider gimmick toys individually by itself. You know what I mean? And you get the whole Goku set and an extra medal.
CSMOs or a PS5.
If you get a PS5, you can then buy the Memory of Heroes game, and then you can play O's on your PS5.
It's all connected.
So we did it.
We've cracked the code.
And that's code with 3 O's.
Yep.
Everyone goes cracking the codes.
That's so stupid. I love it.
Next, for a figure art probably literally 0 people asked for, okay, jokes aside, I want the one person in the world who asked for SH Figuarts as to sound off in the comments, because I would love to know if you exist.
When I saw this announced, my thought was, hey, Oz, continues on with my day.
Oh, anyway.
So,
anyway.
SH Figuarts as from Kamen Rider 01, the evil long-haired version of Izu. I can't believe they did this. This is what we're spending our time, effort, and money on instead of Laser X or something else better?
Okay, but here's the thing.
Oh, wait a minute.
So you can't let the nerds be creepy to Laser X.
They literally could have released just the separate head because they already have the Izu figure.
Wait, they do?
No, but you forget Azu has like the weird paunch.
The what?
Because she gained a little weight
like Azu has a weird
break.
like obviously bulging tummy because like
She gained a bit of weight during the.
Did they actually change the figure to reflect that? No fucking way.
no wait.
I think they did.
They did. They actually did.
There is kind of a little thing in like the lower chest there, like the lower torso, a little bit. Is that it?
You can see, like, look at the figure set.
Someone pull up a fucking photo of the Izu figure for comparison, please.
It's in the post. It's in the post. Check the post.
Hold on.
Check the post. One where Izu is holding the key.
Oh my god, you're right. Oh my god, I see it. Oh my god.
I feel so bad for her. What?
They actually made the fucking figure art slightly fatter.
People made fun of her for this when the show was airing, and now
She was bullied over this.
oh my god! XH figure arts. Why? You're perpetuating bullying.
That's amazing and terrible.
We get the majesty of Saga to get this shit.
That's so mean.
I can't fucking believe it. You have to wonder if they told her about this.
I would hope they said something.
Imagine if they didn't and they just sent her this figure.
Oh my god.
Tell her anything, and then.
Crying. I'm crying.
I mean, she should be getting some sort of residuals. They're using her likeness, so she must know about it.
I'm just saying, like, imagine if they didn't tell her about this particular figure, and then she just walks by like a toy store in Akihabara and sees that figure.
Wow. Anyways, figure stands 135 millimeters tall. Comes with the Arc 1 Progress key, extra faces, interchangeable hands. Oh, it comes with an alternate Izu head. So you can turn it into Izu if you buy just this.
Oh my god.
So you don't have to buy an Izu and Azu figure. You can just buy Azu.
Yeah, okay.
If you want to show accurate Izu, you gotta buy the Izu one.
Premium Bandai web exclusive 8800 yen releasing in May.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
I'm still not over it. Oh my god.
Alright, well, we have to finish news. Our last news story, I don't know what the sweet motherfuck this is, but Collectibles has it up for pre-order, and it's Captain Tokusatsu. What the fuck is this?
I need to see this.
TK Vinyl Series Captain Tokusatsu. It's like if they took Gotchard and made a Kemi out of it.
It looks like Funko Pop.
Oh, is this Tokulect? Oh, this is Collectibles making their own version of Gokai Red. Tokusatsu. I see.
Because their freaking mascot has like a little Mega Man Buster in the gun.
Included will be a custom Ranger key designed to mimic any other key in the Mobile Rates and Gokai Cellular. That's cool.
Yeah, because I know the Collectibles had a Resoldier version and a Dawn Brothers version of their mascot.
Oh yeah. I like the little arm cannon it's got. That's cute.
It's a little Mega Man Buster.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
You know what? That's cute. I respect it. I apologize if I apologize if I sounded harsh earlier. That's actually super creative and adorable.
It's a neat little thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you want to pre-order it off of Collectibles, it's coming out in November for $155.
The fuck?
Whew!
Yeah. How about no?
That took the wind out of my sails.
Good.
To be fair, we've seen what was that? Funko Pops go for some Funko Pops go for that much.
Fuck Funko Pops! There, I said it.
I mean, I fully agree, but
Ichi, you can't say that. The assassins will be at your door any minute.
I welcome them.
I
the
welcome
next day
that.
we see Ichi show up dead and he's just surrounded by Funko Pops.
Just buried in a pile of Funko Pops. All right, anyways.
You want itchy.
Anyway.
Canadian toku person was found dead in their home. Covered in Funko Pops.
I just love the idea of being described as a toku person.
Well, I was gonna say YouTuber, but like, I mean,
content creator,
podcaster.
No, influencers giving me far too much credit.
No, to be fair, you are kind of an influencer. Just remember what waves you made in the toku community.
I would like to not. We're past that. We're past that.
Probably keeps going for the throat. Are you okay?
I work retail. What do you think?
Okay, now I understand. Anyway, that's the news. All right, let's talk about Gotchard. So how do we solve the cliffhanger of falling out of the sky? By turning into a bike whale.
They use X-type whale.
Oh, it's so awful. I hate these.
If it worked in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, oh wait, it didn't.
At least some of them are like CGI, like Mad Pirates was kind of cool, but this is just a fucking a GIF of what someone's drawing of draw me a bike that looks like a whale. Oh my god!
It's like the cousin of Jumbo Whale.
And then
works. I would not put it past that the producer just gave it to his 5 years.
It looks like something you turn in a Yoshi game.
Oh my god, that's what it looks like?
That's what the actual suit's supposed to look like? That's, you know what? That's kind of not awful. It's a little thick, but I like it.
No, I'm talking about the bike.
Oh yeah, no, the bike. Look at it. It looks like a Yoshi form.
Kirby, no, you're not supposed to eat that.
and then even more upsetting than what it is and what it looks like is what it did after landing. It opens up its front and proceeds to suck the child into itself.
Crazy.
Okay, context, please.
He saves the child.
Yes, let's go with that. Oh my god. Just pulled a Waymon there. Everyone get inside. And I love the tactical decision of, all right, we've escaped from this monster. Where should we go to lay low? Exactly where we were when it attacked us.
Okay, but nobody accused Kotaro of being a strategist.
Nobody accused him of being smart either.
Hotaro's a ray of sunshine, but he's also really stupid.
He's a ray of dumbshine. Got him. Then we get this brief little scene of Atropos talking to Rine, and I love... As much as I don't like the fact that we have a child as the main villain, I kind of respect her for both trying to be a threatening villain, but then also absolutely milking the fact that she's a child. Like, she's like, oh, your father might be alive. Would you like to find out about him? And then the second she gets aggressive, Rina gets aggressive, don't bully me!
Here's the thing, though. It's kind of upsetting this episode because this episode highlights the problem I had with both our leads acting. First thing, Atropos' actor being fucking 9. I explained to Rena's actor, and I hate that.
Oh yeah.
I had to bring it up, but it's a thing.
Yeah. It's so. I'm just looking through my notes here. So, it's so clear that the father is the monster, but they dangle the mystery over our heads for the first half of the episode. Literally, everyone is not able to guess it.
Remember, this is for children.
And I love that. Instead of taking him home, the father decides to just confront his son in the middle of the street. Because that's proper parenting.
Okay, I have seen parents do that, so to me that's probably believable.
All right.
Unfortunate, sadly enough.
I get Japanese parents are strict, but it's a little ridiculous to me.
He basically shows up and goes, "I kidnapped your cactus! Get back to studying!" There's this one scene where Riku is talking to Hotaru, and he's talking about Sabo, like Sabosuke as they call him, and there's this one line where he's like, he's weak and he gets scared easily, and my brain went, no, not Sabosuke, I meant my dad.
You know how the Ultra Brain got me? Because when you said Riku, I immediately thought he was in this episode.
Even I realized that people are probably going to be comparing this small boy to the character from Ultraman because Riku, same name. Meanwhile, my brain was thinking of Riku from Kingdom Hearts.
So
there are two kinds of people in this world.
People are defined by which Riku they know.
Either good boy or edgelord.
So they pull out Smough.
Riku.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, to be fair to Riku, he did like calm down, like around Kingdom Hearts 2.
Okay, I wasn't sure which Riku we were talking about.
No, I was saying that Kingdom Hearts Riku was an edgelord. The Riku in Ultraman is just precious boy, need to be protected.
All right, I think I've been ruined on precious boys that need to be protected ever since Kijino.
Oh,
Anytime
that's gonna happen.
Anytime there is now from now on there's a precious boy who needs to be protected, my brain is going to be wondering if he's secretly going to go psychotic later. Thanks, Dawn Brothers, you've ruined my life.
But Riku in G, genuinely, he literally beats the biggest villain of the franchise with the power of love, literally.
All right.
And hey, this Riku has the power of cactus.
Yeah. So they pull out the smartphone Kemi, and I guess we're just going to be using this Pokemon's gimmick as on an ongoing basis going forward. And they track one of Sabosuke's needles, and I love the map that they've got on the phone of like the several different points. And I'm like, oh, cool! So now we're playing Spider-Man 2. These are all the different side missions in the city.
But honestly, I think smartphone accomplishes an honestly redundant task because the Kemi Riser does the same thing.
Well, the Kemi Riser lets them capture and use Kemi cards for those who don't have a driver, so I think it does have some use separately from smartphone.
No,
Smartphone.
Kemi Riser can also track Kemis.
Yeah, but the problem is there's only one smartphone.
Yeah, but why? My question is, why does smartphone have why is smartphone serving that function when Hotaru has a fucking Kemi Riser?
We need to sell the toy.
That's exactly it. We need to sell the toy. we have Rine and everyone else to sell the Kami Risers. Hotaru has to sell smartphone. Yeah.
Fair enough.
So they find Sabosuke, and he's been cracked for some reason. And I love that we get this scene of Riku hugging the cactus going, I want us to be together forever. Meanwhile, me, knowing the way this show is going, goes, I have some bad news for you. By the end of this episode, Sabosuke is going to be a card in my wrist, and we'll never see it again, just like Wrestler G.
Will Wilton die because he's never going to see the light of the sun up? Yeah,
We'll use Needlehawk maybe one or two more times. Maybe it'll show up in the movie, but other than that, Sabo Needle has a very lonely and isolated life ahead of it.
No, it won't have an isolated life because it's gonna be in the same forgotten pile as Wrestling G.
It's going to have its face smashed up against Hawkstar in this wrist thing.
Even fucking Hopper 1. Have you seen Hopper 1 lately?
Nope, we haven't seen Hopper 1 in probably a couple weeks, I think.
Yeah, even Hopper 1 got forgotten.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Decker says he put it in the Pokemon PC. No. When they went to the academy, they scanned the cards just so it shows up on their big Pokedex screen.
It's your checklist.
Yeah. I'm super curious to see if this goes anywhere, but I took particular note of the fact that Spanner was actually impressed by Sabimaru in this episode. I'm wondering if that is going to develop into anything. And of course,
You ship it?
and I wouldn't say ship. It's more like I respect your capabilities thing.
I think
I'm curious
that
to break him out of the shell first, Spanner or Hotaro.
I don't know, but I just
a weird layer to Spanner's character though. He's not just a prick for being a prick.
I'm trying to see under Spanner's edgelord bullcrap, but it doesn't help when literally every time he's on screen, he has his goddamn fucking catchphrase. What I joke with I'm already sick of it.
Thank
You
you.
know You know what Spanner is? He's Walmart Kaito from early Gaian.
No, not great value, Kaito.
Great value, Kaito. You said Kaito, and for a sec I defaulted to the Zenkaiger one.
Nope, banana Kaito.
No, the banana. We're talking about the banana.
Great value, Baron. He does have the same kind of. He does have the same kind of energy, I'll say. Except Spanner's not as personally ambitious as Kaito was. Kaito was always about, no, I need to take over. And Spanner's like, I'm just here to do the job and leave.
Oh my god, I just had an epiphany. He's buried with privilege.
Oh god.
He's barren if he didn't drop out of high school. Because, Baron absolutely has I dropped out of high school to do this energy. And then, of course, as Sabimaru is getting complimented by Senpai, Renge, the opportunistic little worm, tries to piggyback on the compliment. I'm of two minds on Renge. I enjoy Renge being the way she is on one hand, but it also is getting annoying.
We really need Renge to get her spotlight episode.
Yeah, I feel like her and Sabimaru will have an episode arc of their own. Well, they'll develop into more interesting characters, hopefully.
Because right now, between the two of them, I see most going into Sabimaru.
Yeah, Sabimaru deserves to have some sort of development happen.
I would go as far as say Sabimaru deserves to be a writer.
That would be interesting. And he could put Isaac as the AI of his belt or whatever he uses.
Oh my god, he's drawn. He's gonna be drawn.
Yes.
Kamen Rider Isaac. I could see it.
Plus there was that rumored Academy driver, so possibly there.
Oh yeah, maybe. We have talked previously about how they understand the concept of a Kamen Rider, and it sounds like it was a thing before the Gotchard driver showed up. Yeah. I watched the dude transform into the Grey Tonbo Amalgam, where he puts his arms behind his head, and that's kind of cool. But I think we had a missed opportunity because it looks like he's got a pompadour on his head. So I think the way the arms should have been posed is as if they were combing the hair with the hands.
Let's face it. This is another writer Tombo Lozier.
Yeah, I mentioned that last week. How it was so we have a dragonfly with a blonde pompadour. Oh, look, it's Yanma.
Nah, don't do Yanma like that. That's rude.
Oh, Decker has a good point. If they did what I suggested, he wouldn't be able to move his head a lot. All right, I'll give it up. But yeah, so Great Tombo shows up. And it's you need to snap out of it. No, you need to snap out of it. All right. And then Sabosuke uses needle spray. That's a Digimon reference.
Yep.
twice in this episode they return Sabo to the card, and I'm just like, Sabosuke, return! Woo! Like a Pokeball.
Okay, but this suggests one thing though. The Kemis can literally just jump out of like the cards whenever the hell they want. So honestly, them capturing the Kemis is kind of pointless.
That is true.
The Kemis can just say, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah.
They're probably going to drop that later on.
I mean, we've seen Hopper 1 just hanging out outside his card multiple times.
Yeah, but Hopper 1 has Pikachu syndrome where it just can't be contained and no one wants it to be.
Hopper 1 and by extent Steamlighter are special cases.
Yeah.
They prefer to walk outside of their Pokeball / card prison.
Yeah.
Because they have claustrophobia.
So I love that we make a big deal out of Sabo Needle being a thing, and then he captures it back into the card, and then goes Steam Hopper because all right, sure, got to use the base form. And then Lachesis shows up, and we see her with the Happy Clover Amalgam, or with the card, and then she goes into the Amalgam form, and Valvarat shows up to fight her out of fucking nowhere. Although there's one line he says to her during that fight that I'm curious about. He asks them why they have Chemi cards, which is a good question that nobody answered. Does that mean the three sisters have risers?
She opened a pack.
She cracked a pack.
I mean, there is a picture of like the child of the three, like opening up packs of Gotchard cards.
That's funny, but it's an actual question because like the technology of putting the chemis into cards seems to be a technology that belongs to the Alchemist Academy. So how the fuck do the three sisters have any chemi cards?
You know my
theory.
Yep, go ahead.
Oh, we both have a theory. You go ahead, Kaguya.
Yeah, my theory is that both of them, like the evil sisters, they're the ones who came up with the alchemy that the Alchemist Academy is using. Because we see both Atropos, evil little girl, and Minato do the like mind manipulation stuff this week, and they have the exact same like red flash effect.
Oh, so you think that they're like maybe they're fallen corrupted alchemists,
or they came up with the alchemy techniques that the Alchemist Academy then started using to oppose them because they weren't cool with what the evil sisters are trying to do.
That's also possible.
Like they started the whole thing.
Yes, which ties into Ryder's whole theme of like using the evil powers for good.
Oh, that's true.
Always hype at you.
That is true. I do like the idea. Sorry, go ahead.
And there's my theory where initially I thought, what if they had either a kidnapped alchemist or a machine? But I was thinking, what if the sisters are like the first students of the dad?
No, I think they live longer than that.
I feel like if they had a pre-existing relationship, we would have been hinted at it more in their interactions in episode 1 before they melted him.
Yeah.
But I will say I do like the idea of the three sisters being former Alchemy Academy people. Whether they were students or teachers or whatever, the fact that they were at the Alchemy Academy, well, not the fact, the theory that they were at the Alchemy Academy, and that's why they have the ability to use the Chemi cards. I like that idea. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, because we've seen Gotchard capture cards without the visor. He just puts the card in front of him and...
Yeah, he just pulls out a blank card and they just fly into it.
Maybe that's just a high-rank alchemy technique.
What if they founded the Academy?
That's what I'm saying. They came up with like everything.
If they were the founding members of the Academy, I feel like the show would have absolutely told us about that because, like, if the Academy is a thing, they, you know what I mean?
Not necessarily.
Maybe it's like maybe it's because like if it is that they are the founders of the Academy because their names make them pretty important. maybe since they left the academy and turned to darkness, the academy chose to like scrub them from the history.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe perhaps via mind wiping, like they do.
Yes.
Yeah.
That could be a thing. Very possible.
Explain like why they're able to do alchemy just as well, if not better, than like the academy's like top alchemists.
Yeah.
Because we've seen them pull things that look exactly like the kind of alchemy that Vinay and Spanner do. So I would not be surprised if it turns out that they were the inventors of alchemy.
Yeah, very possible. Someone will have to look deeper into the actual etymology of their names, because they have like those are names that pre-exist in other things. So maybe we can get a hint about them from what their names are.
I just let me look it up because I know they're
named after the Greek fates.
Okay.
So, the three fates are personifications of destiny.
Okay.
Yes.
So they are important. I just don't know. We just don't know in what way they're connected to everyone else yet. But these are all very good theories. So yeah, we got the debut of Dokiri Shovel form. I like the hat. I hate the claws. The shoulders are a fucking palette swap of Venom Mariner, fucking whatever. And it got no stock henshin sequence.
I mean, to be fair, he was tied up on the ground.
Excuses.
It would have been funny if he did have a stock henshin sequence, but the stuff was still wrapped around his legs, so he couldn't move.
I would have accepted that. Why the bubble powers? Because Dokiri Majin is like like a magician. I have that written down on my notes. Bubble shovel.
Bubbles.
Fucking bubbles.
Also, I like the little detail of like Hotaru getting the name of Great Tombo wrong. He thinks it's Great Tombo.
Yeah.
So everyone was like, "The fuck is he talking about?"
And then when he captures it, he's like, "Oh!"
Great
Tombo.
It's a great combo.
Where's Blossom and Buttercup?
I think you're forgetting you forgot the best Powerpuff Girl, Bunny.
Oh, was it? Wait, that was the purple
Itchy
one.
Yeah. Yep. You're welcome for that memory.
Itchy why?
Ichi, I hope you never get stock henshin sequences again.
Wow.
Yeah. This episode is just the one where Ichi gets roasted.
Here I am contributing to this episode's theme of awakening core memories, and you just come at me like that.
You awaken childhood trauma, and I come swinging.
Yeah. So we do get to see
Wild was cool.
Needlehawk. Okay, most of the wild forms I fucking hate, but Needlehawk Wild was actually awesome. The fucking dive bomb attack was awesome.
The
one cool thing I noticed is that for while he's fighting, he's using the Gotcha Tornado.
Yeah.
And the box packaging for that bolt has Needlehawk on it. Nice.
But yeah, so we get to see Needlehawk Fever, and I fucking love every part of this attack for once. He flies up way super high in the sky, which is great that they're outdoors for this fight, because they'll never use this attack properly if they're indoors or in a cave or whatever the fuck. He splits into like all of the armor pieces, which just like fall like shrapnel out of the sky, which is awesome by itself. He turns into the bird and does the whole dive bomb thing, and then finally turns back into the rider form to deliver the rider kick proper. Every part of that Hisatsu was awesome. And normally I don't like these where it like turns back and forth between its forms, but I think this one was pulled off pretty nicely.
I still appreciate how they are consistent with the fact that Hotaru literally vaporizes when he transitions from between forms.
Yeah, it's like a chemical reaction.
Yeah.
Thanos.
Did anyone else get reminders of the prominence drop from O's?
I didn't think of that, but that is slightly relevant. I think it would have been cool if, like, as he was delivering the actual rider kick part, if, like, a bunch of needles appeared on his feet, then it would have really seemed like prominence drop because of the talons thing. It should have had a giant holographic talon with needles on it, like, as the talons. That would have been so much cooler.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Great Tombo's defeated. And suddenly, as a result of getting his absolute shit kicked, the dad suddenly changes his mind and feels bad about what he's done to his son, because that's what defeating monsters does to a person.
Remember, kids, if you're, you know what? No, I'm not going to continue with this line of thought. That's no, thank you.
If you and your dad are having a disagreement, just have him turn into a monster and get beaten up by a superhero.
That's much better.
Yeah, when in doubt, punch it.
Yeah.
When in doubt, get the nukes out.
And speaking of gotcha, Sabo Needle rolls that 3% flower bloom proc.
What?
There's a small chance that Sabo Needle will blossom a flower. And I'm like, okay, cool. Why?
I love Red Hood in the chat. Remember, kids, when your dad is being an asshole, he's probably possessed by an insect.
Yep. No, I know that cacti can sometimes bloom flowers. It just seems like a weird thing they'd even bother with in this show.
Oh, they're plants.
It's that the main reason I take issue with it is not even because of what it happens at that point, but like, so Riku hands over Sabusuke back to the alchemists, which is great because earlier in the episode he's like, I want to be together forever, and we all knew that was never going to happen. So Riku hands over Sabusuke so they can bring him back to the other chemis, and Minato promptly goes, good job, Hotaru. You have been deducted an entire letter grade. and memories wiped. Bye, everyone.
Like, the only reason they had the flower was for Riku to have some kind of unknown memento of his friendship with Sabo Needle.
And then they erased his memories of Sabo Needle, which means this child is going to 5 minutes later look down at his lapel, wonder why the fuck a flower is there, and destroy it.
No, I think what's going to happen is that he will remember he had a friend, and that friend gave him this flower, but he can't remember who that friend is. It's kind of like when you're a kid and you have like some childhood friends that you lost contact with and you don't remember them.
Last signed into Xbox 360 Live 580 days ago.
Exactly.
Speaking of unearthing trauma.
Holy shit!
I can fight too.
Moving right along, can we talk about
Guard Leonard here, like the gloves come off.
I just
Hey, oh guy Buso!
we're not done yet. I just love that, like, the kid and the dad have their memories wiped of anything related to the chemis, and for some reason the child's immediate reaction is, hey, let's play that game of Kick the Cat we talked about last episode. Why are we doing this? I don't remember, but we're gonna do it anyway.
Can we talk real quick about like the issue we both had with this episode?
Are you talking about Hotaru's eyes?
Yes.
Yeah, so right at the end of this episode, as Hotaru is looking at the card that he's captured, for some fucking reason, the actor just has this intense stare in his eyes, like, wide open as fuck as he's looking at it. I'm like, who directed this scene?
Also, when he was lecturing the dad on how, he shouldn't be a dick,
mm-hmm.
He was delivering the line, his eyes were just like wide open and almost bugging out. I was like, holy shit, man, you need to figure out how to emote with your eyes. Like, what is this?
He did that to display dominance.
No.
It almost
It's either that or he would T-pose for dominance. Gotta choose one.
It almost has the energy of, we've shot this scene 20 times, just let me go home! I just have to say the line and take my check and leave!
It has that energy. It's really weird.
So anyway, next week's episode is the thing that all high school anime do, the trip to Kyoto!
And also the obligatory movie village trip, because Toei needs to milk that property all they have.
Yep. Oh, look! This Forza in the exact same spot.
Oh, and I guess the potential romance plot for Kajiki?
Oh boy, because that's what we're here for.
You mean not Tamaki?
Yeah.
Yeah, not Tamaki.
Yeah. So yeah, interesting episode of Gotchard. My favorite one is still the one with Boruto, but we'll see if the show picks back up. Oh yeah, and speaking of our Ultraman people being here, apparently that girl that he talks to in the next episode was Saki from Ultraman Rube.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like,
I
mentioned this.
less likable villain.
I mentioned this somewhere else.
Decker, Grigio. The monster Grigio.
I thought, for whatever reason, I thought it was Neon.
Oh, she does kind of look like her a little bit. Understandable. Anyway, do the thing.
Okay, so
I'm so sad Lane is not here for this week's episode. I'm so sad.
Ichi, I don't know if you heard any of what we said before we went while you were fixing your mic.
No.
All right. Gira is Dante. Racles is Virgil.
No,
I
really,
I have no experience with the DMC games. I've only played Bayonetta.
I have a meme that I can send
Okay.
that summarizes exactly what we said. Give me a minute to find it.
But yeah, while you're doing that, so we open on Caucasus flying back to Kingohger's Chikyu, and we get this fucking rad scene where Dogdead's Shoe God swarm is attacking them, and we get basically a space dogfight. Something I didn't think I was going to see in Kingohger. But yeah, Rita just takes the control stick and just unyeets them back towards the planet.
it just, and like as they're careening down, when you see all of them just flying around, Rita is just standing perfectly straight, like it's just nothing new to her.
Yeah, I know, they all get like pinballed the fuck around. It was so great. And I will say, like, despite the fact that they were coming in real fucking hot, the way the castle like transformed and landed perfectly was hilariously amazing.
Like perfect 10 out of 10 landing.
Yep.
Okay, I found a meme. Here we go.
Okay. Racles wearing blue and Gira's red. Oh, okay. I understand a little bit.
We were joking about Lane making a Racles fan cam.
Oh, the problem is Lane would have to learn how to edit, and he's not going to do that. I have tried to teach him. This is not even a joke or a burn. He'll fully admit I've tried to teach him, and he will not learn.
Okay, do we just want to get into the time length of how long they were gone?
Yeah, time dilatation's a bitch, innit? Like we talked about before. So apparently in the process of traveling back from Kyoryuger Earth to Kingohger Chikyu, that apparently was a time span of 6 months where it felt like a week to them.
Apologies, headphone users. 6 fucking months! What is it with this post-time skip saga and repeating its own fucking plot arcs? First we repeated the arc where they were making themselves criminal, and now we're repeating the fact that we've time skipped. We have our second time skip, technically.
But honestly, I think this is just realism because, like, if you're gonna hyperspace, like,
I mean, Yanma flat out says it. It's facts. It's the theory of relativity.
yeah. So
I'm not a scientist. I can't argue with it.
I'm not too upset by it.
No, realistically, I'm not. It's just narratively, from like an out of universe writing level standpoint, we're really having a second time skip.
Yeah, that's why I'm annoyed with it. Is that okay? I get it. I get like science wise, I get it, but like narrative wise, I'm like, really another time jump?
That's exactly what I said. So we come back. Everyone lands in Shugadam. It's 6 months later, and the people of Shugadam have grown fat with luxury, apparently. Goroge is straight up bigger. All of the people of Shugadam are wearing jewelry stolen from Ishibana. They've got prototype Enko Sopa video games. They've got snacks taken from Tofu. I don't know what they took from Gokhan. They didn't mention anything.
Probably no phone.
But apparently, in these 6 months, all of the kingdoms were taken over. And Shugo Kamen, we'll get into who he is and all that later, but Shugo Kamen was installed as the replacement king of Shugadam, and all of the luxuries of the other countries were siphoned out of them and given to the people of Shugadam so that they would grow fat with luxury and love Dagded and Shugo Kamen and everyone would hate all of the previous kings. That's kind of a lot for 6 months, but I also remember how stupid the people of Shugadam have been in previous instances, so it's really not that unbelievable.
The people of Shugodam are not the brightest bulbs in the bunch.
It's not just that. You gotta think about this. Like, historically, this has happened where, like, access to excessive luxuries make whole ass countries go to collapse.
Yeah.
I've been recording in history several times. So this is just them making it in the context of Sentai.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
They talk about how it... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, imagine if in present day you started like giving everyone iPhone 15s and shit for free. We would last we wouldn't last 6 months.
It says a lot that later on when they go like to the orphanage, because I forgot the girl's name, but
Kogane,
the only one happy to see Gira.
Kogane, yeah, because she's a character and not a caricature.
Yeah, like they go to the orphanage and like he says, "Oh hey Boone, I'm back." I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Like he doesn't pay him no money. I'm like, damn, okay.
I'm so sad that Boone has devolved into one of the sheeple. Boone was such a good character to be around Gira and was supporting Gira so effectively in previous episodes, and to see him fall prey to Dugdead's trickery like this.
You got the pilot god ant, you
ungrateful little snot. But no, give him a prototype Virtual Fighter clone and you're fucking swaying for the bad guys.
Okay, but to be fair, if you gave any child his age, like the latest video game and all the hardware for it, he's not going to give a shit about even who the hell birthed him.
True.
He doesn't care who's king as long as he's got V-Bucks.
Oh god.
He's playing the new map.
How can any kid that's on like what's that not Minecraft? Shit,
Roblox.
Roblox, right?
No, I just imagine Boone is playing Fortnite and he's on the Kingohger map.
You know what? If they had actually shown one of the kids playing Fortnite, that would have been fucking hilarious, considering there are Kingohger maps in actual Fortnite. Now that is cross promotion.
Also, what video game was Boone playing?
It was some
knockoff AR Street Fighter.
Yeah, it was some sort of fighting game. I don't know. Yanma says it was like still in development, so who the fuck knows?
I'm surprised they didn't promote like the new Street Fighter or something.
Street Fighter on Chiku.
Chiku Fighter.
Chiku Fighter.
But yeah, so It's so funny that like these people are so manipulable, whatever the word is. Literally, the evil alien who 6 to 7 months ago showed up for the first time and nuked half of their town just because they gave them some snacks and video games and jewelry. They're like, yeah, no, we love you now.
You know, what that's just a portion of it. What Duck did was conflate the issue of causation, where he's like, I'm not attacking you, but hey, look, why am I not attacking you? It's because your kings are gone. Therefore, your kings were the problem. This is just manipulating how people like make false causations in their head.
I was only bad because they were here.
Yes, exactly what it was.
Oh, there was someone Decker posted images of the green screen fighters. Cool.
Oh my god, it's just Street Fighter.
It's Guile and Ryu.
Guile with a beret and bald Ryu.
It's Street Fighter 12.
I do make it,
Street Ogre.
Street Ogre.
I do want to make it clear I'm not defending the Shugoden people because they are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
I'm saying that there's a lot more realism going on than we realize.
No, I understand. It's a commentary on human nature.
Without Racles or Gira to lead them, I feel like Shugoden would just like crumble into pieces. I feel like the people of this kingdom are like infants with knives.
I would say giving them knives is giving them too much credit.
No, like they have open access to knives.
That's exactly what they are.
I expected there to be more to that comparison. But yeah.
Tell them to look up while it's raining. They can drown themselves.
So the kings walk out of the castle and are confronted by Dugdead and the newly manipulated people. And Dugdead tells them, whoever hunts and kills the former kings gets to be nobility. You get to live with the new king and do whatever you want. Oh my god.
Already doing that.
Yeah. And my favorite bit about that whole scene. So Yanma's like, I'll fucking beat up people. I don't give a fuck. It's not my country. Kagaragi hoists him over his shoulder and bails. Gira and Himeno run in a different direction. And the people chase the four of them, leaving Rita and Jeremy completely fucking ignored.
I was watching that part.
Jeremy just turns over to Rita and goes,
Don't stop.
And like, then we cut to their groups. Like, we have Gira trying to calm Himeno down from, okay, no, you can't go out there, then we'll get caught. No, I don't care. That is Ishibana property. It's like, Himeno, no! And he presents to run up anyway.
Himeno, yes!
Then we cut to Kagaragi and Yanma hiding behind a pillar.
A very, very thin, tiny pillar that somehow fools them because they're idiots.
We've established
babies with knives.
And then some asshole mentions Suzume, and we immediately shift to Kagaragi, yes.
Deadlifts this one guard with one arm and said, "Where is my sister?"
And I love that the answer implies that the second everyone bailed away from the castle, Suzume and Shugo Kamen snuck in the back door or fucking something. So they were just hiding around the corner waiting for the Kingohgers to leave.
And then after we have these moments, we cut to the Shugoden people trying to now hunt down Jeremy and Rita.
Yeah, it's like later they finally decide, oh, now you want to hunt Rita and Jeremy. And then, making things even more fucking confusing, the Buggerok show up. And it's a reskin of Baijimu. He's now called Kin Baijimu, who wants to cash in on the hunt for the kings.
Is he a merchant now?
And like Goroge is like, oh no, monsters, you caused this. And I'm like, did you guys forget who the Buggerok were?
And then
I thought we were at peace.
babies with knives.
and I told you this off before we recorded. So when I watched this episode in the morning, I watched it. I yelled the 6 months thing, but when I was watching this episode, I literally yelled at Garoge, "Shut the fuck up!"
And another thing I want to bring up related to the Bugnarok, they have that scene where they talk about, like, oh, each of the galactic jesters has taken over one of the 5 kingdoms. Did they forget that Bugnarok was... Did they forget that Bugnarok was accepted as the 6th country? A. And B, where the fuck is Minongan, the bagworm motherfucker? I mean, if you really want to theory craft for this episode, and let's face it, this is Castranger, so that's what we do, technically you could say that B answers A, in that Minongan is probably sitting on the throne of the Bugnarok kingdom. But they just don't say it, or show it, or anything. The show is completely...
the Bugnarok kingdom like twice.
The show has completely forgotten that Bugnarok was accepted as the 6th kingdom.
Yeah, okay. First thing, the Bugnarok were technically wiped out to an extent. So their kingdom is completely collapsed. But...
They did kill a lot of mooks when they showed up.
Minongan probably isn't smart enough to rule, and that's why Duck Dad was like, actually, you know what?
You can have the trash kingdom. But, and also, speaking of the fact that the Uchu are now ruling over the siphoned out and emptied out kingdoms aside from Shugadem, is anyone aside from me really upset by the fact that they're not matched up to each kingdom that the way they were when they first showed up?
That's been a big thing of debate lately.
Has it? I'm surprised. I shouldn't care as much as I do. Because, like, Gorma, when he first showed up, attacked Enkosopa, but now he's ruling over Gokhan for some reason.
I have a comment on that. I was upset when I first learned about it, but as I watched the episode, something about it made perfect sense. So, the whole point here is that they're exploiting the other kingdoms to siphon their resources to Shugadem.
Uh-huh.
Which is why you give the most ill-fitted ruler for each country except Shugadem. To just fuck it up as royally as they possibly can.
Sure.
That's why.
Oh, so it's a more intentional placement then.
Correct.
Whereas before they were attacked, they were invading to destroy. Now they're invading to conquer. So they made different tactical decisions regarding who went where.
Yes, and also to rule poorly. Basically, Douglas Dumbeetle chose the worst people to rule each country except Shugadem, specifically because they need the other kingdoms to be very, very poorly.
Yeah, there are literally in every country except Shugadem, there are people dead in the streets, and all of their resources have been siphoned into Shugadem so that they can live peacefully and in gross success.
Correct.
Yeah.
Isn't this basically what Racles wanted in the first
I was going to say that later, but yes, this is exactly what Racles wanted. All of the other countries are vassal states to Shugadem.
Because, should we just get into it now?
So yeah, Shugo Kamen is Racles, quote-unquote, back from the dead!
Surprising absolutely no one.
Now, we've talked about this briefly before, but we don't explicitly know yet the nature of him being back. My first guess is that he was revived by Grody's power because they would absolutely try and pull this on us a third time. They did it with Karis. They did it with Nephila. Racles is the hat trick.
Here's the thing, though. They have established that when Grody revives the dead,
they operate on pure instinct.
Yes.
And what Racles' instinct is to conquer the world. That's all he ever wanted.
Not exactly how that works.
But would you really put it past the show to do that?
No, but here's the thing. Like, Racles has a whole ass conversation with Kira. Unlike in previous revivals where they could just maybe say a sentence based on their like lingering hold on mortality. I
understand that, and I won't completely discredit it. But then the question becomes, was Racles alive the whole time? And if so, what was he doing for all these years?
I think I have an answer to this.
Oh, yeah?
So he fell off the same cliff that Gira did.
Yes, which he did survive, which Gira survived, so it's possible that Racles could have also survived. But then to go completely undetected for that entire time skip? Both time skips?
I have an answer for that.
Uh-huh.
He wanted to get the fuck away from Kaguragi's sister.
Speaking of, like, I guess we can say that, like, Suzume either does actually love Racles, or maybe this is another ploy, because, like, when we first met Suzume, there was that scene where, like, she pulled out the sword and we were like, oh no, she's secretly plotting to assassinate him. But then there was that scene where the ring activated the castle spaceship and she was completely by herself, like, oh, it's a present from Racles-sama! So I'm like, does Suzume actually love Racles? What is going on?
Little A, little B.
Okay, but here's what I think. Maybe the time skip wasn't completely, like the 6 months wasn't completely while they were traveling. It could be that there was a good period while they were off at the Courageous Earth, where how do I say it? Where Dungbeel's already taken over, and this is Suzume keeping up the act, which would explain why she was alone and controlling that castle.
I don't know. My whole question from the previous episode of how the fuck did Suzume have access to the Crown Lands went completely unanswered, but whatever.
Yeah. No, but I do think that Racles maybe, like, Diggy Dungbeetle just, like, brought him into stasis in his, like, little room of wonders.
Oh, you're saying that maybe after he fell, that Dogdead, like, took Racles out of the planet and kept him, and then just deployed him during the second time skip?
Correct.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That could be a thing.
That would make more sense than him living in a cave in fear of Suzume.
Because it would explain why he's been gone for so long until now.
Yes. When he first shows up with his new blue uniform, I asked, like, why is he suddenly wearing blue? The default answer that I come to is Dogdead also wears blue. I don't know if anyone has a better idea.
It's the contrast Gira's red. I joked about it before, but Dante and Virgil do this as well. Where Dante is the hot-headed, loudmouth, party dude wearing red.
I don't know if I call Gira a party dude, but I get it.
Well, I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying that's what Dante is.
Mm-hmm.
Virgil is the calm, collected, cool as ice, will stab a motherfucker for no reason type of person, and hence wears blue. I think because their personalities like contrast or like contradict each other or something. So I think that's what they're trying to evoke.
Sure, but if that was going to be a thing, they would have done that the entire show instead of specifically now.
Because now the positions are the same. They're both kings now.
But
because Racles
Gira as a rebel.
Yeah, I don't know.
Racles was still king, so why would he wear blue? That's not his kingdom's color.
No, I know, and that is the answer to that question specifically. But like, if the point was to use their color palettes to contrast their personalities, why is that a thing now? Anyway,
because they only thought about it now.
Impossible. I don't know. It's not worth dwelling over. But the more important thing I want to talk about more is the mask that he's wearing. When he first shows up in the throne room, it is a very cool mask. I love the usage of the Uchu emblem on it. And when he first shows up and is walking down the stairs, there's this like breather effect on him, which I think might be some sort of hint. Like if the idea that he did fall took extensive physical damage, and perhaps Doug Dead like repaired his body, and maybe that breather in the mask is part of it, which means that Racles is fucking Darth Vader.
Why is there a breather in the mask if there's no mouthpiece?
Maybe it's some sort of like internal thing. Because like even though his mouth is not covered, when he talks with the mask on, there's a filter over his mouth. So the mask is doing something to inside his head.
Because, well, think like this. What if, yeah, Gira felt this able to survive, but what if Racles fell down and he was found in critical condition?
That's what I'm thinking. Racles fell, took way more damage than Gira did, and Doug Dead had to like do some magical space surgery on him.
Yeah, because Gira used the Founder's Glory when he beat the shit out of his older brother. Yeah,
so he like took more damage from that fall.
Another theory. This is Racles' gambit. We've had hints that Racles has been like secretly trying to be a good guy without getting detected by Delta. Like when he accidentally / purposely missed Gira's vitals in the fight.
Mm-hmm.
What if this is him trying to like?
He's going to double cross him eventually.
Yes.
Do that regardless.
I don't know.
It's Racles.
I don't know, because like,
I'm laying here to back me up.
Look at his situation. He's king of the planet. He got everything he ever wanted. I don't know if I see a double cross in the future.
No, I do believe. I'm of the theory that Racles wanted to consolidate the planet because he believes that only by consolidating all the resources of GQ together will they be able to resist Diggity, Dumbbeetle, Digger, whatever. That sounds nice
in theory, but keep in mind that what we are consolidating is jewelry, snacks, and video games. I don't think we can count that as uniting the people and military might of GQ.
That is fair. I think I'm thinking more like when he originally started the whole like everyone is.
He might have had a more noble reason for doing it earlier. I think we talked about that right before Racles was ousted, where when we first got the reveal of Doug Dead. I think we talked briefly about it before, and then after again, once Doug Dead's existence was revealed, that our theory for why Racles wanted to unite GQ was that so they could fight back against Doug Dead potentially, but he was just not at liberty to discuss it because they were watching him.
Yep. But right now, it could be like some bitterness against Gira.
That's true. Racles right now has the energy of an overzealous Sims player. You know what I mean?
I mean that.
Oh my god.
No, that's not Racles. That's just Diggity the whole time.
Yeah. Let's see. Was there anything else about Racles I wanted to talk about? He got a sick haircut. For some reason.
You can finally see the 2 red marks on the side of his head. Like
yes, he has the same marks as Gira.
I had to recheck a photo of Racles pre-time skip, and he does in fact have those.
I meant to check that, but I forgot to.
He did? That's cool.
Yeah, it was hidden by his bangs.
Does anyone have a photo of that?
Where's Lane when you need them?
But yeah, I love that when
for that picture.
He shows up, and then the second he takes off his mask, we cue the Racles theme song. That was brilliantly done. I love that. And he sits on the throne and declares himself the king of GQ, like he always wanted. Oh, hey, you know what we forgot to talk about? The fucking Megazord fight. You know why I didn't want to talk about it? Because the dancing Megazord is cringe as fuck.
And the
Oh,
thing,
hell yeah.
like, when the episode begins, he's like, Gyro's like, what's that noise? Freaking Gabutira is now there.
Mini Tira stowed away on the Caucasus Castle, which means I guess the Kyoryugers are now just fucked because they don't have Gabutira anymore.
They now have a pet T-Rex.
Wait, I thought Mini Gabutira was a separate thing.
No.
Nope.
And what's even more of a thing is Gabutira only turns into this form when Kyoryu Red puts the 1+ Gabutira battery into him, but he didn't have the battery in him in this episode, which is another continuity error, kind of. I remember Kyoryuger.
He just wills the transformation.
Yeah, so Gabutira de Carnival / Mini Tira stows away on Caucasus, and then when Kinbai Jimu shows up giant out of nowhere, I guess there was some Rainbow Jururira around, or some more Shoe God souls kicking around. He just shows up, and then because Kuwagon was damaged by the space dogfight, Gabutira subs in, and we get King Kyoryujin. Oh, there's the shot. There's the shot of Racles.
You can faintly see it.
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Oh, hey, there it is.
It was hidden by his bang,
Yep.
so we couldn't really see it, but it's there.
Yep.
So that makes me think that's just genetic.
It's like a Shugadam royal family thing, probably.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
You know what I realized? I know where they got the Shoe God souls from for the Biagender Royal Bait.
Probably from that dead pile of semi-Shoe Gods underground?
No, from the pile they fucking decimated up in space when they were re-entering the atmosphere.
Could be. We actually don't really know if those do have Shoe God souls or if they're just like soulless clones created by Doug Dead.
Oh, that's true. It could be. No, but even without Grody, he was controlling Shoe Gods.
Yeah. Anyway.
So they definitely had souls.
So we get King Kyoryujin, and what's interesting to me is the Tombo and Papillon Shoe Gods combine into what looks like an axe, but then they use it as a fucking fly swatter.
Weapon is a fly swatter.
That's funny. Oh, and also we got to see the stock henshins for King Kuwagata Oger and normal Kuwagata Oger. Thanks for reminding me those exist. Since Yanma's getting his own focus episode next week, this could be the one where we get stock Tombo Oger. Let's see it.
Like, did you want our mech and monster to have a little dance off? Because that's what you get.
Oh, the dancing was never this cringe in Kyoryuger. Like, I know that dancing is a thing, is one of Kyoryuger's main motifs, but it was never this cringe. Unless my memory is that bad. Oh, the dancing.
I don't remember them dancing with a monster.
No, I don't think they ever did.
Yeah,
I remember seeing the monsters dance in one of the endings, but that was it.
Sure, but that's arguably non-canon.
Well, I mean, of course it's an ending song. Of course it's not canon.
Yeah, and I'm also flashbacking to the Dancing Zords and the Go Busters ending.
Oh boy.
I remember those. That's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, King Kyoryujin shows up, blows up the monster. It's honestly the least important thing in the entire fucking episode.
It really is.
Especially when we have freaking Racles Virgil over here.
Yeah. Yeah, so very interesting episode. I'm just as interested as I have been. And next week is going to be another Yanma backstory episode, so I'm interested. Let's see what happens.
Also, they seem to imply that Shirokara fucking dies, and I'll be sad because he's my favorite aide.
I don't think they'll do that.
Fucking Morphonia fans.
Oh, I didn't even notice that one shot of Yanma with like brown hair. Wow, that was been before he died at all.
How many hair colors does this man have? Place your bets.
Well, we're at 3.
I'm gonna change your hair every episode with pre-time skips.
Yeah, I was like, Himeno's got like full astronomer range of different hairstyles.
Forgot she did that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just remember her with the purple hair.
Oh, astronomer?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was purple, there was white, there was red, so there's at least 3.
Yeah, I don't remember any of those. I just remember the freaking purple hair.
Yep. All right, let's talk about B-Fighter.
Juukou.
It's so hilarious that both Juukou B-Fighter and Beetleborgs in the middle of their season replaced the red Beetleborg with a younger woman.
For reasons, obviously, but
For reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm not gonna say anything because I haven't watched it. Actually, should I just mute?
you can stay here if you want. But yeah, so because we couldn't even afford to film a goodbye scene, the episode 22 literally opens with, "Oh, Ray's left for South America, volunteer because there's stuff for her to do there. It's okay though. She's sending back an asset to help. Is it a replacement ranger? No, it's a gun and a Zord."
like, I understand we need more time for the new Racles. But you could give us a few minutes of Ray saying goodbye.
Yep, we get a couple of clips and then kick her out. Time for the new Red to show up. This little girl named Mai Takatori who really likes nature.
The old one asked for more money, so kick her out.
Let's hire a fresh young actress we can pay peanuts.
And the other things that we got teased were the pulse sabers and the thing we're going to talk about the next episode.
Yeah, they hint at
The thing I'm most excited about. The first episode I watched, I could barely remember what happened.
It's so funny that we talk about these episodes this week where Racles came back and then we have the debut of the Mega Heracles Zord.
Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah. But yeah, I think my favorite part of this episode is Schwartz and his not only his new power up, but his brand new weapon, the Bombrella. It's a metal umbrella sword weapon thing with the properties of bamboo, apparently. And man, does he absolutely Mary Poppins the shit out of it.
And this is going ahead a tiny bit, but there's a bit where he attacks Black Bee and traps him with like the bamboo. I'm like,
yep.
Nice Hammer Kong reference there, buddy.
Yep. Apparently, Jera is the other female in the show is also not in this episode because she's off, quote unquote, searching for mercenaries. Although, based on the context, based on something that gets said in episode 24, yeah, her and Gigar are gone. But
trying to find and train new monsters to fight the new Juukou B-Fighters.
Yeah, and we didn't watch episode 23, but I'm guessing that's the one where she comes back powered up and does a thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Short version. She comes back with a new mercenary. The new Racles tells a new mercenary, you don't have to fight. The new mercenary is like, she's right. Leader of the bad guys is like, leader of the bad guy says, fuck you, fuck that idea, fight, and forces him to fight.
Wow, all right.
It's one of those plots.
That sounds like an old Toku plot.
But yeah, so Mai happens to spot the quote-unquote shooting star because Schwartz bombs the fucking plane carrying their power-ups. And then she just happens...
Whoever was on that plane.
She just happens to come to the B-Fighter's office with the cocooned-up pulse sabers, and Daisako responds by knocking the poor girl to the floor.
They just
They give her no time of day.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, I feel bad for her.
Yeah, so Mai notices the B commander for Racles just sitting on the table and tries to morph with it, and gets stopped, but of course the armor inside decides to recognize her as the new Racles.
It reacts to her presence.
Yeah. I just love the one scene where Blackbeat tells he comments that like the umbrella is stupid, and he's right.
Your weapon is stupid.
Cut to the shot of Schwartz floating sideways while holding it. That was funny. But yeah, so the Jamals start causing shit again. And like as the city's being attacked, we just cut to this random shot of, oh no, a puppy. And that's what motivates Mai. That's what motivates Mai to just
cared more about that dog than anyone else on that show.
Mai just runs into the rubble, picks up a random wooden beam that's sitting around, and just javelin tosses it right into Schwartz's fucking face.
And then cuts to Professor Louis having to run the B Commander to her because she forgot it.
You stupid woman! You left the morpher in the office. Not a good way to start your career as the new Red Beetleborg.
Really not.
And you know what else doesn't help? The fact that they didn't even show her complete henshin sequence.
If just the changed head frame.
To be fair, I think they did that for the other two as well for this episode.
They did, but that still bugs me. Bugs. And like as the fighting continues, I noticed that like the umbrella part of Schwartz's bombrella is just fucking gone. Now it's just a floppy metal stick. And then they split it right down the middle because bamboo.
Don't cut it that way, cut it the way you cut bamboo.
Yeah, because it's the bombrella, so it's got the properties of bamboo, which is the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
Oh, and because we have a new rattle, the Pulse Sabers awaken from their cocoon.
Yeah. And then we get the Saber Magnums, which are rad as fuck, and then they blast Blackbeat and he leaves. He's just like, I'm here to take Blue Beat's head. Saber Magnum! Ah! You can keep your head for now! Leaves.
I love that in Beetleborg, Shadowborg was like such a big deal.
Yep.
Like a huge threat. And from like the one episode I've actually paid attention to,
he's not a big deal here.
He's a bitch.
He's just there. He's
He's like Redman. He's a bitch.
From what Gar told me about the way his plot goes, he gets some proper focus later on. Right now, he's just filling in for the missing generals.
Yeah,
also,
he's the general.
I want to mention this, because I had this revelation. I don't know which episode it was, and now he's going to kill you, Bear. Fucking bring it on, Black Beat.
Black bitch.
Okay, no.
Oh.
No,
okay,
no,
fight later.
Beetle bitch. How's that? Better.
Better.
Bear versus Beetle later.
Anyway, there was a scene where Blackbeat says, I will prove that only I can defeat Blue Beat or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And with Blackbeat's color scheme and Blue Beat's color scheme, I just had like a revelation.
It's Sonic and Shadow.
It's Bass and Mega Man.
Also true.
Like,
my brain just went, oh my god, it's Sonic and Shadow the Hedgehogs.
Yes, but I'm reminded of Bass and Mega Man because Bass is always like, Dr. Wily, you don't need any new robots. You have me. Proceeds to get his ass kicked.
I was thinking Sonic and Shadow because I just imagine, I think you're the fake insect here. Blackbeat's like, I am the ultimate life form. It works better the more I think of it.
Good job, Itchy.
But I just love that, like, as 22 ends, the villains have left, and then the fucking professor hands the dog back to Racles as if it was her dog.
Because, you know.
Yeah. All right, so we cut to episode 24 because 23 was narratively insignificant, I guess, aside from the fact that Jarek came back, but then is gone again.
It's just Racles development.
She came back with a monster, told the monster to fight, and Racles said, "You don't have to fight." And the monster's like, "Hey, you're right." Proceeds to be forced to fight anyway and gets murdered.
It just comes off to me with the same energy as, why do you take this from this guy? Because he's bigger. He's bigger than we used to be. Anyways, there's our weekly requisite Space Jam reference. So this episode, Gigaro gets a power-up, personified by the fact that his gross whale mouth now opens and sprays at people.
Silly string, go!
You spent a month away training. What have you learned? Did you know this mouth in my head can open?
Did you guys know there's a mouth on my head?
The entire time you didn't even realize it was there.
That was a whale of a discovery.
He learned string shot.
Yeah. No, you know what he did? He went away and watched Spider-Verse because he got the powers of an interdimensional spider.
Enter the Gigaro-verse.
The Beetleverse. Yeah, so Mai has been a Beetleborg for 2 episodes, but as the city is under attack, Mai is the one to go, they're just sloppily attacking the city. I'm suspicious of that. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You've been here for 2 weeks. Why do you have ideas about what they should or should not be doing?
They showed her like they showed her every previous episode.
All right, we have a stack of VHS tapes. We're gonna show you every episode of B-Fighter. Oh no! But yeah, so Gigaro they bait out the Beetleborgs. They summon their Zords, and then Gigaro uses his Giga Thread to web up the Zords, and then Gaom uses his big giant space hand that usually takes things to the Gaom zone, but I guess this time instead puts the Zords in an interdimensional prison personified by a big spider web.
He stole the toys.
Yep. Now you can't buy them! Quick, buy them!
To eBay.
Yeah. So the episode becomes focused on finding and unlocking Mega Heracles, aka Gargantus.
Fucking Gargantus!
Let it out, Vegas.
Woo! I fucking love this guy. I don't know why.
It's a pretty rad machine. I don't know if they did this in Beetleborgs, but I loved it when the like big horn launched up and became like a separate thing.
I honestly cannot remember if they did that in Beetleborgs.
I don't remember them ever doing that.
All these episodes I watched, I can whenever like when the Gargantus pops up, I can hear the music tied to it playing when he was just walking. Like I can hear the guitar riffs.
My brain just imagines the Castle Duran theme for some reason. Yeah. I'm kind of sad that this wasn't like officially the white Beetleborgs machine, you know what I mean? Thematically it is, because it's the same color, it's the same insect, but like it wasn't like a proper machine partner. As far as I've...
Purely because his counterpart did not as much as we did with Beetleborgs.
Yeah, we didn't even actually watch the episode with the white Beetleborg in it this entire month. I guess Garv's told me before that they were woefully unimportant compared to the Beetleborgs version.
Spoilers, they're a medic at best.
Damn it, I was about to say that.
Now, we love you both. But yeah, so the idea becomes like the town is under attack, everyone's running, and I love that one shot where people are running in literally both directions across the scene. Like, pick a direction! But yeah, so Mukai Mukai tells them, no, it's fine. Some people are going to die, but you have to go and unlock the Zord. That way, less people die. And so as they climb up the mountain to find Mega Heracles, they run into Blackbeat, of course, who just like gets downed by the saber magnums and is never seen again the rest of the episode. It's not clear if he lived. He probably did, but like they blast him and he just goes, "Arr!" and then he's gone.
I love how in this episode, Blackbeat just went, hold on a minute. The B-Fighters have been acting suspicious lately. I think something is up. Let me spy on them before you launch the attack. And the boss just... first of all, Mr. Venus Flytrap just goes, that's really...
That's stupid! Fuck that!
Yeah. That's awfully traitorous of you, Blackbeat. And, like, disobeying a direct order from our boss.
You trying to disobey an order from Lord Vixer? I'm sorry, that's such a fun voice.
And then the boss just goes, fuck it, do the plan. And then as the guy leaves and Blackbeat is, like, just stewing in his own hatred, the boss goes,
nah, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Do your thing, too. Go ahead.
He's like, let the hate flow through you. Also, go do your shit.
Yeah. What the fuck was up with Redel trying to, like, flirt with Blackbeat with the flowers? That was really weird.
I don't know.
That sounds like a deception thing.
Well, she rolled real fucking low.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah, so they get in and activate Mega Heracles by attaching their pull sabers. And it's like, all right, awesome. We've unlocked the Mega Heracles. Now to get back to the city. Very, very slowly.
I looked away for a second. And
he is badass, but slow.
I look away for a second and they cut to like the commander like in a field with what's his face, and I'm like for a hot minute I'm thinking, were the Beetleborgs too late? Is the city gone?
There has been a large amount of destruction. But yeah, then we get that one scene where like the main horn detaches into its own fighter jet and it's fucking awesome. And then it fires its gun right into Gigaro's whale mouth. And then
to fire the cannon at the screen where I guess that's the entry to the portal of the dimension that's farming the beat machine.
I thought that was just like a holographic display showing the alternate dimension where the Zords were being kept and like attacked, but apparently that was just a great big open portal that they just blast the cannon into and free the Zords. We're running out of time. We gotta wrap this shit up.
Pretty much.
So yeah, that's those episodes. Cool. Pull sabers, cool. Saber magnums, cool. Mega Heracles, Jet Heracles, very cool.
Story, eh.
I love you, Gargantus.
I would have loved to just see this thing attach itself to the Beetle battle base in some capacity. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that's a thing. It looks like the next episode, there's a cannon called the Death Gaum. There's an evil scientist named Laura who's defecting. And then we get the Mega Beat formation where Gargantus acts like the carrier Zord for all the others. And then they do a thing.
The carrier formation.
Yeah. But that is no longer our concern because Borgtober is over!
It was eh.
I don't have to watch this shit anymore!
I'm to convince Gar to make you guys watch more Symphogear.
We can do Symphogear at some point.
I'm gonna convince Gar to make you watch B-Fighter Kabuto.
Okay, I'd do it for 1 week, not another month. Absolutely not another month.
A week at best.
It better be a slow week, a slow month, whatever the fuck. Because, like, goddamn, I hated this month.
Good to know this seems to be the desperation play.
Yeah. It was spooky. I don't know. The scariest part of this whole month is having to watch B-Fighter.
Wow.
Have I not made that joke already? That seems like something I would have absolutely said weeks ago.
I know it's boring, but damn.
Have you ever imagined what watching B-Fighter is like? It's boring.
Boring.
All right. Well, that brings us to the end of Castranger for another week. Thank you guys for joining me in exchange for the regular members of Castranger who have all been sacrificed to the flame.
Don't worry. Hopefully they should return next week.
They were taken by FNAF, by Freddy.
By Five Nights at Funkin'.
It's now Ultra Galaxy Chat's show now.
No. Cool.
There's 3 of us and 1 of you, Ichi. You can't stop us. You can't stop us all.
And banned.
Damn it.
You forget whose server this is. All right. Jikai Radio Sentai Castranger. Next week, getting back to a non-Beetle themed topic. Looks like we're going to be talking about episodes 4 and 5 of the High School Heroes.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening, watching, liking, favoriting, sharing, subscribing, hitting the bell, and being awesome. As always, the primary source of our Castranger hijinks is castranger.podbean.com. From there, you can find our Facebook, Twitter, Discord server, Patreon, merch store, all of our cool shit. And, of course, a hearty extra thank you to our currently active patrons, which include Blaze, Armorhide, Sentai VT, Midas the Fool, and Zachary Cook. Thank you very much for helping us do what we do. Yeah. Any other closing thoughts before we wrap up for the week?
Yeah, they got anything right now.
Don't listen to the critics. Go watch the FNAF movie. It's great.
All right. All right, we're out for next week. See ya. Bye-bye. You can stay you can stay Toku. You can stay Sentai. Just don't stay B-Fighter.
Well, for now.